Hey you guys, what's up? It's Anime Blaze coming to you with another video, that's right. And in this video is going to be another episode of Blaze Talks. Now, if you guys are unfamiliar with Blaze Talks, let me tell you what that's all about. Blaze Talks is where I take any given topic for anime or manga and think about it for a while and develop my thoughts on it. Then I push it out there in a video format for you guys to see. Now, today I'm going to be talking about anime shows and movies to live action Hollywood adaptations. Why sometimes they're good, why sometimes they're bad, my thoughts on a few of them, and the really real formula of how they probably come about trying to market them. Maybe. Alright, so recently I saw the live action trailer for the anime movie Kite. Now, the original movie, from what I can tell from what other people have told me, it was a cult classic for when it came out, and it had a lot going for it, and it really was good from what people have told me. I saw the trailer for it. It looks good, and it had a really good storyline. It was ultra violent, had a character who was out for vengeance, and yeah, that's pretty awesome. Now, the live action trailer for it wasn't that bad. It actually looked fairly decent, unlike a lot of other anime movies that I've seen out there, or live action movies I've seen. This one actually looked pretty good. However, my only gripe is that it seems like the creators of the movie didn't think that this movie would sell enough by itself. So what did they throw in there? They had to put in a gimmick, right? So this movie is going to be starring Samuel L. Jackson. That's right, the guy who played Nick Fury on the Avengers movie, and he's really famous for a lot of other movies like Snakes on a Plane. Hopefully you guys have seen that. But it didn't seem like they thought that this movie would sell enough by itself, so they threw in a gimmick. Kind of like how some comedy movies aren't sure if their movies are funny enough, so they throw Kevin Hart in there to, try to sell a few extra bucks, and, well, it works. So why can't it work the same for Samuel L. Jackson, right? But anyway, with this whole thing going on, it started making me think about anime movies or live action films. Personally, I kind of have, Hollywood has a reputation for making bad movies, making bad adaptations. And the reason behind that is because, is this. They, the factors that they have to go into making this movie. Number one, Hollywood cannot make a movie catering 100% to the audience fan base that it was originally for. The reason being is because if they were to do that, the only people who would know about it are the people who are already familiar with it. So they can't use that. They have to bring in more money. It's all about marketing, getting as much money as they can. So what they have to do is, number two, change up a few things to get it to work. With that, when I say that, I mean they have to either add a few changes to the original storyline, add a few extra characters, tweak it just a little bit to get it to where they want it to go, and hopefully everything sounds good. Now, the third thing is where problems start happening and things start going wrong. The third thing is that where they mess up at is that Hollywood starts getting too concerned with money and the namesake of the movie. They think this is where their mindset. They think along the lines of, okay, this is an anime, this is a cartoon that's really famous, really good. I can change up anything and everybody would be absolutely A-okay with it. That's where problems start happening. That's where we get movies like Dragon Ball Evolution, because a live action Dragon Ball Z movie sounds good on paper. It really does. Pretty much everybody knows about Dragon Ball Z. However, the guy got too caught up in the paper trail and jeopardized the entire movie. One, Goku never went to high school. Two, Piccolo was never some evil entity at the center of the universe trying to destroy him. And when in the world did Goku drive a really fancy sports car? Never. That's when I tell you. Never. But, it kind of makes you wonder and think, though. I mean, that, why they get caught up in money. And yes, we know anime is a really famous medium. Yes, we know it's good. But don't get caught up in the money to where you lose sight of what is good and what is bad. And that's also where you get movies like The Last Airbender. It wasn't that bad of a movie, except for, one, special effects weren't all that good, and two, they pronounced the freaking main character of the movie's name wrong the entire series. I believe his name is pronounced Aang in this TV series. Why in the world are you calling him Ong through like a 1 hour and something movie? Problem. But that's bad. Now, to me, this Kite movie seemed like it would be on par with Speed Racer. Speed Racer was actually a fairly decent live-action movie. No problems there. But, I hope in the future that people who try to make Hollywood live-action movies actually look at what they're doing. I mean, I understand they can't cater 100% to the fans. That's never going to happen. But at the same time, you have to make something that makes sense too for the original fans to be able to look at, as well as to bring in a new audience. And it doesn't seem like it's that tough on paper. It really doesn't. But there's got to be some kind of way, right? It really does. And the future of Hollywood live-action anime movies, I mean, it doesn't seem like a bad idea, because, I mean, they're trying to make a live-action Akira movie. I'm not sure if it's the actual trailer for it. I'll see if I can find it and stick it in the video somewhere. But, they're trying to make that. They're also trying to make a live-action Ghost in the Shell movie, which most of you guys know is my favorite anime series of all time, besides Captain Harlock. And it kind of makes me wonder, like, how much do they actually plan on changing to make this, to make this movie? Is it going to be good? Is it going to be like Speed Racer material, which was actually a good movie? Is it going to be somewhat good but under par like the Last Airbender series? Where are they going with this? And they also plan on making, hold on one moment, if I can find it. Yep. They also plan on making a live-action Cowboy Bebop movie. So, there's that on top of that. And it kind of makes you wonder, where are they going with this? And honestly, I don't think Hollywood's going to fail too much. I mean, let's face it, they're going to fail about 80% of the time. But every now and then, we're going to get a fairly decent movie that's actually going to do pretty good. And I feel confident saying that. Now, what other movies they could come up with, I don't know, but we'll see. In the comment section below in the video, guys, tell me what you think. Do you think that do you think there's any more room for Hollywood to keep failing and making these live-action movies? Or do you think that, they could actually do some good? Just tell me in the description what you guys think. Video response is always welcome. Let me know. I'll try to put that in the actual video so it works, because you can't do video responses anymore for some reason. I'll do that, and yeah. And as always, this is the Anime Blaze signing out, saying never doubt your capabilities, because you never know what you might be able to do. And I will see you later in whatever I decide to do. Later.